Good morning, it's Jonathan Barratt with the morning debrief for Tuesday, August the 17th. The current time is 7:14. Okay, it looks like the Dow closed pretty much unchanged. We had some continuing negative economic data out of the States concerning manufacturing in New York. Things are probably still just people trying to find a little bit of solid news which they can grab onto to say that the recovery is underway or whether or not we're just going to slip back into a recession. I guess the slowdown's certainly there at the moment. General themes last night, I guess, equity prices relatively flat, US dollar slightly weaker, gold had a good strong night, and wheat got absolutely trunched down about 4.5–5%. And I think that was something I think a lot of us did expect, but I think we are getting close to a little bit of a low there. Anyway, let's see what happens on that. Okay, as we normally do, let's go through and have a little bit of a look as to what's happening out there in terms of market land, and just a little bit of an overview. And there we go. The Dow, as we mentioned, was down 1.14, 10,302. The S&P was up 0.13 at 1079. The Nasdaq was up 8 at 2181. The FTSE was down 10 at 2698. Sorry, the Stoic was down 10 at 2698. The FTSE was just fractionally higher. The CAC was down a couple of points, and the DAX was up a little bit as well. Nothing to flash there. The local market on the futures closed up or pretty much unchanged at 4,420. So as you can see, everything pretty quiet there as a result of what's occurring. So not much really to go on in terms of some of the trends we've been following. Okay, let's have a look now at just some of the indicators that we do look on. If we start with the currencies first, let's just move that up there. There we go. The dollar index is obviously one of the keys that we always look at. And as you can see here, this is quite an interesting little scenario. Yet yesterday during trading, we were up, this dollar index at 83. We have come back. And I think a lot of us might start to feel that either it starts to trend back up again, or we break through this little area here, through that 82.40. Keep an eye on that. I'd expect another 8 to 10 hours worth of trading sideways before it makes up that mind. But a break through 82.40 on the downside, probably see a continuation of a bit of a trend back here. So let's see what happens on that front. As a result of that, we saw the euro and the Aussie. The Aussie was up 89.78, quite a strong move. We had been short Aussie there, and I think I'm actually looking, because we've got a low here, I think I might look to exit those positions there on a close, particularly down through that 89, 20, 30 if I can get it, because it just doesn't sit right with me. The euro in itself also had one of those moves where it continued to firm and had a good rally up. That could be a little bit of an intermediate low for it, but also be guided by support here, which is also support here as well. So that could suggest that we have reached an intermediate low for dollar strength for some time. Okay, one of the movers and shakers there obviously has been gold at 12.24. It's been quite solid over the last couple of days back on seasonal demand. Still looks okay. We did have a target there of 12.20 some time ago, and that has obviously been satisfied, but it looks stronger than that, and probably suggests that dips do back to 1200 certainly would look good, certainly back to 1180, but we'll have to see actually what unfolds with that. Just if I can get a daily chart up, no I can't at the moment, let's just check. No, it's just not allowing me at the moment to get that daily up, but that seems to be the trend, which is quite nice, and yeah, we might sort of just continue to trade back to the top end of the range. So let's see. The dips certainly look all right. So keep an eye out for that. Having a look at some of the other softs, crude, pretty much unchanged in terms of that. Let's just try and get something weird's happening with our charts at the moment. I'm not quite sure what it is, but let's try and get something a little bit weird happening here. But that's okay. We can slow. I don't know what's happening, but let's try something else. Let's go to that and try that. Now, it seems to be happening with all the charts. Okay, we'll just have to live with that for a bit of a time being, because that is quite a bit annoying. Let's just try and do one more thing if I can get that up. Okay, that's a daily anyway, so we'll just stick with the dailies then and see what we can come up with. Open, high, low, close. No, there seems to be a little bit of a problem. Okay, well, let's just get rid of that. That's life. But there's the crude there on the daily anyway. As you can see, it has come back quite a bit and probably find some support. Still looks a little bit weak. The less economic activity we get on the normal data, then I guess a little bit more bearish we can actually get on it. It's right on that support area here. In fact, you might say that it's just actually broken it as well. And I guess with that there, you might find some support. But this whole move does look measured. And as a result of that, you could probably see continuation. But let's see how that unfolds as we go forward. Onto crude, onto copper, going sideways, but I still like this chart. Obviously, a break for this area is a concern, but I still like that consolidation pattern for crude, for copper. Onto the SPY. As I said, it's holding up quite nicely and looking all right. And look, it is a bit nervous through these breaking areas here. Seems to be holding. The more it holds up here, I guess the more support we can say we're getting towards it. This type of formation concerns me a little bit because normally there's a continuation lower. But not until we can see a break through these levels can we actually conclude that is the case. So at the moment, I think we just sit tight, look for that consolidation and run with it. Now, with wheat, we did have a big move last night, 664. That was down quite significantly. And as you can see there from the chart, if that's the high, then we can certainly come and see it back down to that 650. So if those people out there haven't actually hedged on it, then I'd probably look at it just a little bit more. Okay, now just have a look at the economic calendar. What have we got out today? Reserve Bank August meetings, don't expect too much to come from there. And we've got ECB current account, which will be important. In the UK, we've got CPI retail price as well. And in the States, we've got some big numbers there, producer prices, housing starts, building permits. This all might sort of gel with some sort of inflationary feel if we do get it. And as a result of that, you might see gold continuing. The numbers we have for CPI did indicate an uptick as well. That could support more of a movement back to gold. Remember also we are in a seasonal buy for gold, so that could also support prices there. But it's always hard buying something when you're maybe only $30 to $40 off a high, because we're mid-range. So if you were to do it, I'd only do it with a smaller position than I normally would. Okay, I guess that's about it from us. I hope everyone has a good day, and we'll certainly talk to you tomorrow, and good luck trading.